के so Gerbera plant के you get a different varieties and in different vibrant colors of the Gerbera flowers. If you know how to take care of the Gerbera plants, it will do wonders in your beautiful garden. It will add more beauty in your garden by vibrant, colorful flowers in your garden. Growing of the Gerbera plant and maintenance of the plant is very easy if you take a little interest in it, how to take care of it. Gerbera plants that is available in the nurseries, and when you are going to buy the Gerbera plants, we should always see to it the base of the plant, whether it is healthy or no, whether any leaves are rotten or the root is rotten. And while selecting the plant from the nursery to have a collection in your garden, just see to it that it has a more shoots when you're buying the plant from the nursery. So when you buy a plant with a more shoots and healthier plants, the chances of growing it in healthier plants are more compared to the plants that you bring only having the one shoot. And the benefit of buying the extra shoots of the Gerbera plant is that you can always propagate the plants by separation and make more pots from it. Gerbera plants are very easy to take care if you know the right way of giving them the fertilizer and using the right soil. When it comes to the Gerbera plant flowering, if you keep these plants in the semi-shade area, it will not flower. You can see like many of the people having Gerbera plants that are giving a lot of flowers, and some people are not even flowering for the years or years together. So the main reason of not getting a flowers is that it is not getting a sufficient sunlight. Even if you give a more of the fertilizer, and if you're not giving the proper sunlight to them, it will not grow, and it will not grow into the healthy plants, and it will not give you a lot of flowers. So the main important requirement for the Gerbera plant is the bright sunlight. Once you giving them keep them plants in the bright sunlight and give them the right fertilizer every week. You can give it either chemical fertilizer rich in phosphorus or NPK fertilizer. It will give you a lot of flowers, buds. And when it comes to the soil mixture, it requires a rich soil. You can always use the soil from your own garden, like you can use the potting mix with equal quantity of coarse sand. The compost, you can use the NPK, or you can also use the bone meal at the time of planting. And when you see the soil is little hardened in the pot, you can always top the soil of the pot by removing the top soil of the pot, and you can change the soil with a little additional soil with a little coarse soil and the bone meal, or the cow dung, dry cow dung powder. You can use it, and you can mix it with a stick or whatever you have within your things to mix the soil in the pot. So just keep on changing the soil if it is hardened. And always like when you have these flowers in your garden, always check for the leaves. If the leaves are turning yellow, that means it is either getting the extra fertilizer, or it is not getting the sufficient water, because these Gerbera plants require a lot of water, and when you keep them in the direct or bright sunlight, they tend to absorb more water. So always make it a point to give the water them regularly. When you water them regularly, you can see the leaves are turning more greener and healthier ways. When it comes to having a lot many flowers on your plants or Gerbera, you always have to see to it if it is a root pot bounce, if the roots outgrows in the pot within a 1 year's time, see to that you replant it again by separating from the center from the root ball. And don't use the same soil again for repotting it. Use the different new soil. Otherwise, for the same soil, you can mix the new soil and you can replant it. When it get this plant from the nursery, you can always know that they are using a lot of fertilizer, extra fertilizer for the fast growth and for to get more flowers on these Gerbera plants. So many times after getting the nursery plant and when we try to keep it at the home, it doesn't grow that well and it starts decaying. So when this kind of situation arises, just see to that you remove all the dead leaves, and the main thing you repot it by totally removing that sticky sand from it. And, just put it in the bucket of water, wash the roots, and replant it. So whatever the roots has been decayed, just try to remove it, the decayed part of the roots. Uh, on the decayed parts, use some the haldi powder. You can get those and slightly or the mixed water with a haldi powder, and then you can just wash it off. So whatever the infections are there or whatever like extra infections or pests, whether that will go off after applying the haldi powder for the roots, and you can replant it and keep it in the semi shade area. Don't keep it directly after replanting the plant. So once you get it, the plants is get it required nutritions, and it when start growing back to its life, keep it in the semi shade area. Change from the semi shade area to the slightly better light area where you get a sufficient light, and after 1 or 15 days time, just shift it from that area to the new place where it will get a direct sunlight. And when you keep the cerebral plants in a direct sunlight, it will always give you the extra flowers for it, and you can always just check whether how it is doing regular basis. So many times due to the busy schedule, we don't try to give enough time for the plants to have a look whether they are doing okay or no. And the important factor is when you have a lot of plants, try to speak to them. Just go and just pass by them and just speak to them, and you can see the difference when you go and talk to them. You can just stir the leaves and how it is doing and all, and you can see the difference it gives to you. And if any of the persons like have a plant and it is not doing well, if the plant is drying it off even after putting the fertilizer enough and all to it, just uh, replant or remove total plant from the pot, change the mud and replant it again. So at the time of replanting it, just see whether the roots are okay, whether the roots are not like eaten by any insect or something like that. So just see to that it doesn't it in a right way, in a proper condition to replant it. If it is not in a proper condition, try to wash it off in the just right in the water. Just apply the haldi powder mixed with the water or something and just replant it. So when you're replanting it, use the 50% of soil, cow dung. You can use the cow dung dry powder, and you can also use the coarse sand. Mix all these things and just grow the plant. And when you're replanting it, don't press very hard the root ball of the area, just press it slightly. And when you press slightly, just see to that after planting it, you just water them immediately and keep in the shaded area and have a look. And after when you're planting new, so don't try to overwater them every now and then. Just check with your soil whether the plant is doing okay or no. If it is the soil is moist, you don't have to water them again and again. Just see to that you are doing it on an alternate basis. And if you doesn't want to give the chemical fertilizer, mostly when you give the chemical fertilizer, it gives you a lot of flowers. So at the but the plant doesn't grow that healthy. But when you use the fertilizer, liquid fertilizer or the homemade fertilizer, the plant becomes more healthy, and it also starts giving more flowers slowly, not immediately but slowly. It gives more flowers to you, and it also grows in a very healthy plant. And when you see the leaves of this plant are in darker shade or darker green, so you can understand that it's really doing well. When you have a pest or something like that on your Gerbera plants, just ensure to it that you spray it with a soapy water with a spray bottle, or you can just wipe it off with a paint brush, that is a soft brush what you get it. That is the easiest way of doing it, so it will save your time also at the same time. So instead of that paste, this using any chemical fertilizer, you can just use the soft paint brush, dip it in the soapy water, mix with water, and just clean it with the brush. So your time will also will be saved, and at the same time, you will work will be faster, and it also will save your plant from the decaying or from the eating by the pest, the leaves and all. When it is coming to propagating of these plants, when you can do it in the 1 year or 1.5 years also, as per the growth of your plant. If the plant grows in a healthy and it is a pot born, then only you replant it. Otherwise you don't have to replant it even it is a 1 year or 2 years old. You can just top up the soil by changing the top soil of the plant. So these are the tips what I've been given for taking good care of your Zerebra plant. And when you're growing in the pots, what my suggestion is growing the Zerebra plants or any other plants in a mud pot is much better than growing in the plastic or the cement pot. Because when you're growing in the cement pot, the you have to give a constant water to it, because during the summer the pot gets heated up. And when you grow in the plastic pot, and if you try to keep it in the direct sunlight, the plastic pots tend to break. It develops the cracks on the pots. And when you grow it in the uh, mud points, the it retains the moisture, and the plant also does well in the mud pot. So these are the simple tips what I've been given to you all taking care of the Zerebra plants. Whenever you have any query regarding these plants, you can always write a message, or you can just drop a message in the chat box. I will always reply to you all. So try to take plants from the nursery, just check it how it is the health of the plants, and check how many shoots are there for the plants. The more shoot the plants you buy, it's better that you can take, you can always have a lot of this thing, make a number of pots, you can increase the number of pots, and the same plants that you have planted in a separate, you can always give to your somebody, whoever, whenever there's any occasion or birthdays or anniversaries, you can always give those plants to them. So this option is also good for gifting it to the other persons. So when it comes to the Zerebra plants, just the main thing is like you should always keep them in the direct sunlight. The more you keep in the direct sunlight, the more it grows in a healthy plants, and it gives a lot many flowers for the plants. You can always add the vibrant or multiple colors. You must be knowing there are wide varieties of colors in Zerebra plants that you get it. You can always keep in a different shades, or you can different colors you can grow in one pot, so it will look more vibrant when you keep it in the garden at the entrance where there's visitors, or when you have relatives coming in, they will always admire these plants. And Zerebra plants, if you taken a right care, the flowers remains for almost after 15 to 20 days, sometimes even a 20 to 25 days also. So it all depends on how you take care of these Zerebra plants. And these are very easy to maintain and easy to take care of the plants also. It doesn't require much like headache. And these plants are widely available at mostly at all the nurseries. So when you are going to buy these plants, you try to buy it from the nurseries, because you'll get a more healthier plant compared when you buy it from the online nursery. You never know how what will be the condition of the plant, because the online there are a lot of many like they will show you a different picture, but when we actually receive it, it's totally different story. You get all the damaged plants, you don't even know whether it will survive or no. So when you are spending the money, it is better to spend and get from the nursery, which is close to you. And for when it comes to nursery buying of these plants, always see the health of the plant. Just don't go by the talks of the nursery guide. Just see whether it is very really healthy plant or it will do well. And after getting it home, the plant from the nursery, keep it for 1 or 2 days, and then you repot it. And don't repot it during the afternoon time. Just try to do it in the after evening time. And when it comes to the fertilizing of the plants, try to fertilize your plants after 3:30 to 4, because you're not supposed to fertilize your plants during the afternoon time, because the chances are that the roots will get burnt because of the fertilizer effects. So you should never use the fertilizer during the afternoon time or in the morning, because soon after the morning the sunlight falls on the plants, and if you're not given a sufficient water, the chances are that the plant will not do well or plants will die. So make sure that you use the fertilizer only in the evening and give a sufficient water for the plants to digest the fertilizer that you are given for it. So this is the simple tips how to take care of the zebra plants. I hope you all must have liked this video on this, and please do like and subscribe to my channel and support me. I will be uploading more, doing the live streaming on the different types of plants. If anybody wants to have any query, they can always post it, or you can write in chat box. I will see it. I'll immediately reply to you all. So thank you for watching. Thanks for your time.